Today's video is brought to you by Oxedo LED lighting. You might think that you can see just fine at night. Well, I did too, until I did this little upgrade. As you can see from this footage, here is some before Oxedo LED lighting, and here is some after Oxedo LED lighting. The difference is amazing. With high brightness and easy installation, Oxedo LED lighting is definitely the route for you. They're easy to install, and they're available for all makes and models. Click on the link in the description below and enter promo code 612motorsports at checkout to get yourself 15% off. Now back to our video. Hello and welcome back to another episode of 612 Motorsports. Today is going to be awesome and I cannot wait. We are actually on our way right now to go take delivery of another vehicle, not necessarily for our stable, but more or less for my dad. He lives in Florida, car's here in Minnesota. Obviously, they're not in the same place, so I'm going to take care of it. Now, we're picking this up from a classic car dealer, and our body shop guy is going to be taking it right to the body shop to do a few things. As you can see, I've got boxes of parts here. We've got stuff that we're going to be changing out on. And like I mentioned in a previous video, this is something we used to do quite often. Buy something, do a few little changes to it, resell it, buy something else. You know, kind of knock the ugly out of it, do what we would have done to it. After so many years of doing this, you can look at something and know exactly what needs to be done, what needs to go away, what needs to be put on, what needs to be added. So we're gonna do that. We're gonna take a walk around. I guess there's gonna be a food truck and, I don't know, a gathering of some kind. I'm not sure what to expect at all. I don't know if it's a car show, what it is, but with this coronavirus stuff going on, I don't know what to expect. So your guess is as good as mine, but let's go take a look at our new purchase. So I'm coming into like literally the smallest town in the state, just said 178 people. It's got a little car lot in it, and usually when I roll through here, there's something half-assed decent in there. Let's kind of see what's in there today. Now it's little, I'm warning you. Here's town. Must be the place here. Looks like there was a GTO convertible, kind of a teal. That was alright. Yeah, like I said, there's usually something old, something nice sitting in there. Alright, so after an hour on the road, we are in town. I'm excited. This is my first look at this particular car in person. This is also my first time at this location, so, ooh, yeah. Oh, I see our car. Excellent. Excellent. We're going to pull in here and we're going to take a little walk around. I'm going to park way at the end here so I'm out of anybody and everybody's way. Alright, so I have to throw out this little disclaimer real quick. It is windier than hell out right now, so I apologize for any wind noise. I can't really get around it, but I will do the best I can. Well, boys, this is the new ride. 1940 Ford Deluxe Convertible. Now, it is going directly to the body shop for little things like we're going to paint the rims red to match the car. Getting different hubcaps that just say Ford or possibly the V8 symbol, which will be pinstriped in red. As you can see, they just used some vinyl tape and it's coming off. So we're gonna get rid of that crap. Fix it a little bit. There's some chips in the door edge. We'll get that taken care of. Buffed out, wet sanded. It's getting lowered a couple inches. It's got some heavy paint laying right there. I don't know if that's going to come out very well, but knock that down a little bit. A little dusty. Inside's pretty clean. The dash is getting redone. Alright boys, keys in hand, we're in the 40. They're having a little car show today. And they're having a food truck and stuff, so I have to move this vehicle over to the side parking lot so we can get it loaded up. Unfortunately, I'm not really gonna be able to film very well while I'm driving because it may look like an automatic, but actually it's a 3 on the tree. So I'm gonna do my best here. It's been a little while since I've driven a 3 on the tree, so I'm excited, and anytime you get to drive something old like this is definitely a good time. So without further ado, let her warm up here for a minute. Alright, so we got her loaded up, strapping her down, and we're gonna hit the road here in a sec. So after looking it over, there's a lot more to it than initially thought, but that's with any project. You're gonna start something and find 10 million other things that need some addressing, but that's the name of the game, and that's, you know, something to be expected, so not really a surprise. But we'll get this to the body shop and unload some parts. Crown Victoria, the very rare option, the glass roof. Now that's a sunroof. We used to have a white on white with a bluish green top. Now this is a 56. It's like salmon and black. That roof is very rare, very hard to find. This is more my style. Alright, there's too much to look at, and unfortunately I don't have all day to stay and look, which I want to, but I can't, so I gotta get moving. Alright, so we're here at Brad's Body Shop. This is Brad. Known Brad for, cripes, 40 years or so, something like that. Quick little story, when I was a kid, my parents actually built houses for a living, and that's how we met. We built his family a house. And his father was a auto mechanics instructor at the high school, at the Votech school near where I went to high school. So Dad had a few projects over at their house most of the time. While your dad was working on some wiring or something, he would go through things.
Touch up.
Yep, just a little touch up. And Brad had this orange mini bike. Remember that thing?
Yep.
Now this was, late 70s, very early 80s, somewhere in there. But I would come over and pester him for rides on the mini bike in the empty lots across the street from where he lived, where we were going to be building new houses. And I was probably more of a pest than he'll ever admit, but I was always, take me for a ride, take me for a ride. And I remember that so vividly. But now, 40-some years later, we're all grown up and we're working on big boy toys, and he's going to tackle this 40 for us and get her buttoned up, and just a little touch up, but it'll probably turn into a frame off and a 10-year project and a full rotisserie, and you'll see it at Barrett Jackson or something for big money. But so we're going to kind of leave it up to him. We did bring him a box of parts. We have more parts that we're ordering, and after walking around it and looking it over, we found a few things that definitely need to be addressed. That's a little more involved than we were thinking, but that's always the case with these, so not really a surprise, but surprised, don't be surprised. That's how it always goes, but otherwise it's not a bad little car. It's definitely a good starting point. The people that did it before us did some things proper and did some things not so proper. So it's our turn to kind of take a crack at it and see what we can do. Nice little setup in there. Well, that's going to do it for today's episode. It's not going to be the last you're going to see of this car, because I am going to try to get over here as often as possible. Bringing parts, doing updates, checking things over, and we'll be popping in and seeing what this thing looks like in the future. As always, stay positive, work hard, and make it happen.